I think Hakeem was just more.
Hey, hold on. They would have stopped it if come on, say that.
If it was just Hakeem and Patrick was a fight, they would have stopped it. Because Hakeem treated him like a mop. He was mopping the floor up and and he would let it dry and mop it up again.
Who's better? Dirk Nowitzki from Germany against Hakeem Olajuwon from Nigeria. Both of these players came here from foreign lands, and they have made an imprint on the history of the NBA. Hakeem Olajuwon, one of the most dominant defensive players in the history of the league. 9 all-defensive teams. He made 12 all-NBA teams. He retired as the all-time career block shots leader in the history of the NBA. He scored over 26,000 points to counter the 27 and going that Dirk Nowitzki has scored. But what separates these two guys is their dominance in controlling a game. Dirk controlled the game with his offense. He'd get hot and he'd go on a roll and destroy your confidence and force the coach to call timeout. Hakeem Olajuwon would destroy you on the offensive end and then would destroy you on the defensive end with his quickness and his block shot ability. And both of these guys came with a signature move. Now, who's better? Hakeem Olajuwon is better. Pretty obvious. Hakeem Olajuwon won back-to-back championships. Hakeem Olajuwon was not only, as I said, great offensively, but he was great defensively.
They had nobody that could guard Dream. They had nobody that could guard Dream. I'm gonna say that twice because Dream was just that dominant. And I did that because when we played San Antonio one time, Tim was killing me in the block and Phil refused to double team Tim to get the ball in his hand. And Dream is 20 times better than Tim Duncan.
Dream, man, was kind of a freak of nature. I had never seen a human being that big with his footwork, his quickness, and his instincts. He had the best ball instincts of any big man I'd ever seen. And he also had incredible hands. And, you know, the footwork is legendary, but his instincts, you know, the ability to get deflections, steals, blocks, he was a game changer in so many ways. And he really, in a lot of ways, redefined that position. You know, we talk a lot about positionless basketball in the Days era. The Dream was one of the first.
Hakeem, the same thing. Not only was he a very agile guy, but he was super strong around the basket, and he just had an unbelievable feel for the game. I remember the year that David Robinson got the MVP. He was a little upset about that, so he made a statement in the playoffs and basically destroyed it in the playoffs. But it's because of his footwork and the way he worked on his game. Because when he first came in the league, actually when he was at the University of Houston, didn't have great footwork at all. Wasn't a very good scorer. Right. It wasn't until he came in the NBA he developed all those skills.
He's the first big man that crossed me over. Yeah. Like I love everybody talking about him on the post because that's obvious he's going to kill you. You know he's going to turn baseline. You know, that's the thing. We study each other's best moves, and we know what you're going to do. And I think I heard you say in another show, you know, it's different than hitting the open shot and when somebody knows your moves, and that's true. So with Hakeem, we knew he was going right shoulder. But how many spins are you going to get this way, or is he going to face you up? And at the free throw line, he had a crossover. He couldn't dribble straight, but he could do this all day on you and hit that jump shot. And I remember him being kind and cool and all this, and I remember thinking, like, I've never seen this quickness. Like, all the coaches I ever had, shut up. You don't know what you're talking. All my boys, shut up, because this right here is some 3,000 futuristic, you know, type moves. And he was just so quick.
The run that we had in the back-to-back years, it was parallel to Michael Jordan. He was the best basketball player on the planet for 2 years, bar none. He could do everything on the basketball court, handle the basketball, shoot it, defend, pass, and be part of a team.
I've never seen a player as raw as he was from college, and then when he got to the league, was as polished as he was. Like, you know, you see raw guys and you say, okay, they're going to have a wow. You know, they can't walk and chew gum at the same time, but that wasn't him. Obviously, with his soccer background, his basic understanding of the game, so he hasn't been, like, manipulated, you know, he hasn't gotten the wrong kind of coaching. He just had a distinct love for the game. And as a competitor against him, it was frightful. I mean, like, you think you have a layup and he'd be like 4 feet off of you and you have a good angle and he'll still block you.
So you go to Houston,
obviously get to play with Hakeem Olajuwon.
Yeah.
You know, when we look at some of the greatest players in the NBA history, it always seems like the Dream's name is getting overlooked. Do you feel like he don't get the love that he deserves from basketball?
Yeah, that's just crazy. That's unbelievable, man. I mean, he got to be in the top 5 centers ever to play this game, man. So yeah, quiet, humble guy. You know, didn't say a lot, wasn't in the spotlight like that. You know, didn't want all that shit.
Yes.
You know, so I think that's what hindered him a little bit. But I mean, totally great person when he became Muslim.
Let me give you our scouting report for Hakeem Olajuwon. Earl Puritan said he's 2 people. We got Hakeem, who give you the shake, and then I got to guard Olajuwon on the block.
Seriously, that's true. You know what? They should have did that. 2 scouting reports. One with the goggles on, the goggles.
I got Hakeem and Olajuwon.
In '96, I was on the Olympic team, and we had Lenny Wilkins, and we didn't practice. So every day, Hakeem and I would play one-on-one. And his footwork was crazy, but he would tell me that he would take the footwork and the discipline of a guard and take that into the block. And so it all comes back to what we're saying. You see the athleticism, you see the shimmy and all that, but it's fundamentals. It's footwork, fundamental basics. And he would take the guard footwork and say, I just do what you do, but I do it on the block. And he was one of the best to ever do it.
What I can say about Hakeem Olajuwon is he has arguably the best footwork of any center this game has ever seen. The inside, the outside jabs, beautiful balance. He could face you up and drill shots. Beautiful back to the basket game. Always giving you that dream shake.
That dream shake, it was one of the best moves from a big man that I've seen because it was so fluid. It was fluid. It wasn't any kind of like, no, it was like bam, spin, jumper. I mean, it was like clockwork. The dream shake was, he was a nightmare. I'm glad I didn't have to guard him. I'm sure the bigs used to be like, hey man, forget that game plan. If he get cooking, y'all better come. I remember Eldon said, y'all better get y'all. Okay, let him do that again and don't nobody come help. If Sam or Kenny Smith beat you, I ain't helping you. So you have to go help.
He perfected that move off the dribble, off the catch. It's a devastating move to his opponents. He has so many counters off that one move. You know, he can come in with a quick spin to the baseline. He can counter with the dream shake, fade away, step over. There was so many counters to that move, but it was amazing to watch. It was amazing. I'm playing a one-on-one. He posted me up. He did it on everyone.
Oh man.